Good morning everyone, welcome to my home garden here in South London. My name is Emma and I vlog all about my allotment plot in South London, but also my home garden journey this year. So if you are new to my channel and you're enjoying these kinds of vlogs, please do subscribe so you don't miss out on any. It's actually Sunday today when I'm filming this, and Sunday is probably the quietest day in my home garden here. I say that as an aeroplane is literally going over the top of us. We are on the Gatwick flight path. My house is probably directly underneath it. We're quite away from Gatwick, but the aeroplanes can be a little bit noisy. But also we have like a lot of building work going on. There's lots of like construction sites down that way where they're building new flats. Lots of houses get construction done on them, and it's just usually very, very noisy in the garden. But on Sundays, everything kind of quietens down a little bit and you really do get to enjoy some peace. Can you hear the siren? I mean, it's quiet for London, guys, is what I'm trying to say. It's quiet for London. So I do tend to kind of try and get out here on a Sunday and really enjoy my space. There goes the siren again. Okay. Also, because it's a terraced house, I live in a Victorian terrace, there's not that much sort of privacy in the garden. So it's something I've been really working on over the last few weeks, is creating privacy in my tiny garden. The fences behind me were quite small, they were quite low. They're actually 4-foot fence with a 1-foot panel of like trellis, which you can just see straight through to the neighbour's garden, which I didn't enjoy. So I put up these bamboo fences. I think they're sort of, what are they called? Screening, bamboo screening. I got it from Amazon. I brought 4 of them and put them up along the fence, and they're attached to bamboo canes that I put into the ground, so they're not going to last forever, but it's given me a real sense of like privacy in the garden, which I'm just loving. I feel like I've sort of got my space back a little bit now, which is great. I've also brought a couple of planters. You can see one behind me, which has got sort of this inbuilt trellis on the back, and one of them's on the low fence at the front there with a jasmine in it. I've got some planting to do in those today. I've got some compost and I brought some more plants, so I'm going to be planting them up. But yeah, hopefully in this vlog I have lots of lovely garden things to show you. Do a little bit of cooking, a little bit of baking. The weather is beautiful today because we're sort of in the midst of a heat wave, but it is going to drop down again next week, which I'm actually quite happy about because it means I can get out and actually do more at my allotment, do more in the garden without sweating. To be honest, without melting. So popped to the garden centre this morning, and let me insert that footage. You guys seem to love seeing garden centres where I live. I went to one called, what was it called? Lower Morden, which is a blue diamond garden centre, and I went there, did a little bit looking around, got a few plants and a few bags of compost, and yeah, let's go and have a little look around the garden centre.
That would be great on the staircase.
Right, this is the other planter from Wayfair. I have left a link for these below again if you are interested. They are a bit pricey, but they were in a sale last week. I think they were reduced from £150 to £136. Still pricey, I know, but excellent quality. I've popped it here against this like low fence, and then you can see that's where the bamboo screening starts, and it's really helped just to give a sense of privacy here. I love it. At the moment I've just got the jasmine in it, which is doing so well, and it smells gorgeous every time I walk up these steps. But I brought some more plants to go in the bottom. I sort of wanted plants that are going to trail over the top, so I did buy some trailing plants. So I'm going to top it up with some more soil because the levels are still a little bit low, and then plant those in. So let's do that first. This is heavy. Oh my goodness, the smell from this jasmine is just gorgeous. Honestly, it's so strong. I love it. It needs quite a lot of compost to fill these planters. Oh, sorry mate. Right, there we go. Right, got my little stash of new plants that I purchased down here, all hidden away. These are the trailing ones. So it's a plant called, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to say that? Calibrachoa? Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's called blue boogie, and it trails. It's a trailing plant, so I thought they'd be quite nice. Flowers look quite pretty, don't they? Sounds more like a dinosaur than a plant, doesn't it? So I've got 3 of these. I think they might work really well in that planter, but I also picked up some of these. What are these? Angelonia, never heard of them before. Absolutely gorgeous little upright plants, kind of remind me of foxgloves and like what are the ones called? Delphiniums, sort of like mini delphiniums / foxgloves, that sort of style. I just love them. Right, let's see what we can pop in here without it looking too cluttered. So I don't want it to be too cluttered, so yeah, I think maybe 3 of those. Do you know what, 3 of these on their own might be enough in here, and then I could use the other flowers for the other planters in some pots. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't want it to be too much, and actually when they grow and spill over the top, that would be lovely, and then the jasmine in the background, beautiful. Let's get them in. Now with this other planter, I was debating whether it should go on this fence or this fence here. Now this is my new screening, and I thought it'd be quite good to have it against it to sort of keep it upright so it stops flapping around in the wind. I thought it might give it a bit more security, like sturdiness. What I want to put in here is a wisteria. My garden is south facing, so this is south facing, but because it's south facing, this fence becomes a north facing wall. And I sort of didn't understand that for a bit, but now I do. And I mainly do because it's the middle of the day and this is in the shade. So I sort of understand that it's north facing, so the other side is south facing, if that makes sense. And a wisteria likes a south facing wall. And if you still don't understand that, don't worry. Because I don't fully understand it either. But you know what? The point I'm getting to is I'm going to move it to the bamboo side and let the wisteria grow up it and then grow round onto the back fence. So let's do that. Yeah, I think I like that because wisteria gets very big, so I can sort of train it around onto the back fence. Right, let's fill it up. This is my wisteria here planted behind the tree, and unfortunately because I put it here, it might end up killing the tree. I didn't realise that, but wisteria takes up a lot of moisture, a lot of nutrients, and I don't want it destroying this tree. This is my Prunus accolade, I think, and it's absolutely stunning. I've had it for 6 years and I love it. So I don't want this wisteria to come along and kill it. And this wisteria is getting very big very quickly, so it needs to come up now. Right. Okay, that was actually quite easy to get up. Good. Good, good. to come down here into the shade because it is so hot today, it's insane. But I really want to get this planted. This is Angelonia. Angelonia? Yeah, absolutely stunning, but I don't think it should go into the planters. I'm going to put it into some pots. I think I could get 2 per pot and I think it will look stunning. And sometimes the less you plant into a pot, the better it looks, especially when I'm using pots the way I am. I'm using pots like a border, so I'm not mix and matching too many flowers, and I'm allowing space in the pot so the flowers I plant in can kind of take over and bloom and go crazy. And so far it's working. So let's fill up these pots and get these in. Not the prettiest place to be doing this, but necessary today, I think. Where are you? There you are. There you are. This is his new little favourite place to snooze. He absolutely loves this rug. This is like a, what do you call this rug? A jute rug? You love it, don't you? He absolutely loves the feel of it. But he also likes to hide under the sofa a bit. So I was thinking of getting him his own little jute rug under here, like a little doormat one or something. You love it, don't you? Yeah. Hi guys, just got back from the allotment plot. I just popped down there after I dropped my son at school, which is like the peak time that I sort of go to the allotment. Is I dropped my son at primary school, walked straight down there. I picked a great big handful of tomatoes, which I'm going to have for my lunch, which I'm very excited about. They look delicious. And I've just got back and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you the finished living room. It's not completely finished 100% because we're getting shutters fitted and we haven't done the fireplace yet. And there's still some pictures and stuff I want to put up on the wall, but it's looking a lot better than it did the last time you saw it. So let me just quickly show you our finished living room. So almost everything except for the fireplace, which doesn't have any tiles on at the moment, but everything else is sort of finished. So you can see we've got the bookshelves all done, we've redone all of the cupboards. Haven't even tidied up before I've shown you this. This is literally just what it looks like. This sofa is from IKEA. It's new, it's one of their new sofas and it is just so comfortable. Honestly, it's the best sofa I've ever had, and all the cushion covers come off and you can also replace them if they get dirty, so hopefully it will last a long time. The table is from Wayfair and I absolutely love it, and these little coasters I picked up from Oliver Bonas. These were £30, very expensive, but it's just I wanted something special for the room. This is the only thing I purchased that's like new for the room in terms of decoration and stuff. Got my pelargonium here. Oh, I just love it. Right, so now that I'm home, I'm going to make myself a very quick, easy lunch. This is going to be the quickest meal that I've made on this channel and the easiest as well, but I sort of think it's nice to show you ideas for meals. Because sometimes, I don't need to show you how to cook it, do you know what I mean? But sometimes just like having that inspiration for what to have for lunch. It's quite nice, isn't it? So I've got some sourdough, which I brought from M&S, the best one in my opinion. It smells divine. Right, we're going to toast this. And then let's take out our tomatoes. Look at this, a whole plant pot of tomatoes that I picked from the allotment. Absolutely mwah, beautiful. Let's stick some of them in here. Oh, sorry mate. Right, this is definitely not a recipe as such. This is just what I'm having for lunch today. So we've got our sourdough there. Have a bit of mozzarella, which we'll just slice up quite thinly, like that. So then that can go on my bread. Right, we'll just slice up these tomatoes. It'd be nice if we, oh no, did I just do that on my white t-shirt? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Nice white t-shirt didn't last very long, did it? Got a nice green one here that I picked. This looks lovely. Let's try and get some different colours and some different things going on. It is a very pretty lunch, very pretty. Feels a bit special, but it really just is just a few ingredients. You don't even cook it or anything. Like it's very easy. It just, I don't know, it feels a little bit indulgent, if you know what I mean. A little bit of basil. A drizzle of olive oil, extra virgin if you have it. I don't for some reason, I normally do. And there you have it, the easiest but prettiest little lunch you'll ever have. Right, so I went to the allotment this morning and I picked 3 massive courgettes. So we are now at that time of the year where I don't know what we're going to have for dinner every day, but it's going to have a courgette in it because we need to start getting rid of these and actually eating them. So I think I'm going to go for this one. I think this one. This is the biggest, fattest one. And we're going to make a courgette risotto, which is delicious, really easy to make and gets rid of a whole courgette. So let's do that. I say get rid of, I really like courgette, I love having courgette, so it's not unpleasant, it's just that by the time you get to the second week of eating courgette, it can become a bit much. Also use vegetable stock, it's personal preference. Personally, I think chicken stock just has a bit more flavour to it. So basically I'm making a normal risotto with just some onions, some risotto rice and then the chicken stock, but as I got halfway through the stock I added the chopped courgette. And that is the perfect time to add it because then it's not going to go too mushy, but it's also going to cook as well. I've said this before, but I like to keep the recipes that I cook quite simple. So the only other thing that's going to go in here is some salt, some pepper and some lemon. And there's a reason why I keep it simple. Firstly, because I like to keep food simple anyway, that's just my personal taste. I like to have recipes that I can go back to again and again, and the simpler I keep a recipe, the more likely I am to go back to that recipe and give it another go. So just keeping things like ingredients to a minimum, keeping the cooking time to a minimum, making it very, very simple, it means I'm more likely to cook it again. friends, is dinner for tonight. Probably it tastes better than it looks, but I promise you, it is delicious. Right, I'm going to leave my Sunday vlog there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, I have to say I am super enjoying making these vlogs. I really enjoy just filming snippets of my garden and my cooking and just my life. They are so nice to look back on. I am actually quite tired today. I spent a lot of time at the allotment plot this week. I've got so much produce to cook with, but it's all going to have to be in next week's Sunday video because I've just not got time to do it. I've got to edit this and get it up for Sunday. So I do hope you've enjoyed the vlog. I will be back again at the allotment plot tomorrow, or join me again in my home garden and in my home next Sunday at 9 AM. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. I will see you next weekend or Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.